This is the Roulette Master, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications because I have new content releasing every single day of the week at 9 a.m. And today's system is a modification of the one that was done earlier in the week by Jim P. of Cracking the Code, and this is a modification to that sent in by one of my subscribers, Dennis. So let's go ahead and get started and see if it works. He says he hasn't lost with it yet, so that's a pretty high claim. But let's see how it goes. So instead of starting at $10, he starts with 5. And for those of you that haven't seen the first one, you're always following the winner. So that would be the first 12, and we're going to start with $5 instead of the 10 that we did with the original system. And then there's a different progression after that. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're playing a single 12 and following the winner. Okay, we won the first one. And when you win with this system, you still stay at $5. So the next one we'd stay on the first 12 because we're following the winner and betting $5 again. But the progression doesn't actually start until you have a loss. Okay, there's our first loss. So now we go to the third 12 because we followed the winner, and we're still at $5 because Dennis says to bet $5 twice before moving on to $10. So, okay, that's 2 consecutive losses. So we lost 5 and then we lost at 5. So now we go to 10. And then we bet 10 up to 3 times before we increase the bet. Okay, and we won, so we followed the winner to the first 12, and we're back at $5. We're up $20 total right now. Oh, and Dennis says he also plays for $100 profit and then cashes out. But let's see how this goes first. And okay, there's a loss, so now we go to the first 12 again, but this is the second $5 bet. And I'm sure you make money a little bit slower with this modification, but he says it's much safer and he hasn't lost yet. So let's see how that goes. That's our second loss on $5. So we're on to $10 and we're in the second 12. And we're going to bet, if we lose, we'll bet 3 more at $10. But we won. Okay, so now we're up $30 and we're on the second 12, back starting over with 5 again. So the progression is 5, 5, 10, 10, 10, and then from there you go 15, 25, 40, 60, 90, 140, 225, 350, 530. So part of that is the original, and then that part of that is the modification. But again, one more time, that's 5, 5, 10, 10, 10, 15, 20, 40, 60, 90, 140, 225, 350, 530. That's what Dennis has said his modification is. So we're on the second 12, and we won that last one, so we're at the start with $5. Okay, so we lost that one. We're at 5 again, and now we're on the third 12. Because again, we're going to the 12 that hit last. Okay, we lost. So this is our, now we're on to $10 bets, and we're on the first 12. Okay, and we lost the first one. So now we're on to our second $10 bet. Okay, and we lost that one. Now we're on to our third $10 bet. And we're over on the first 12, following the winner. Okay. And Now we're on second 12. Still haven't won yet. Okay, there's a win. So now we're back to $5 again on second 12. Definitely noticing we're not winning as fast as we did with the original system. But we've also had a lot of losses as well. Let's see. So now we're on to our second $5 bet. First 12. See, we're only up $15 so far. So I think this modification, he said he hasn't lost yet, but also it doesn't make money quite as fast, it appears. But let's keep playing and see if that changes. So there's another $5 loss. Now we're on to $10 bets. And we're in the third 12. Okay, we won that one. Now we're back to 5 again. We're still in the third 12. And where you win with this system or with the original one is if you get a bunch of in a row of 112, that's when you really make a lot. And that's when you want to cash out. So let's see. We're on second 12 now. So that's a really good time to cash out, like I said, is if you get a string of 112 in a row. Okay, we're on to $10 bets, and we're on the first 12. Okay, we won that one. Okay, now we're at $40, and we're on the first 12 with $5 bet. And the original one that Jim sent in said you could lose 14, or you had 14 chances to win. So we've added 2 more by adding these the 5 and the 5 at the front. And now we're on to the third 12. Basically, this is just a safer way to play. Okay, now we're on to $10 bets, and we're on the first 12. Okay, now we're on our second $10 bet. Okay, and we won, so now we're still up $40. So $5 bet starting on the second 12. So it seems like with this new progression that we've been shown today, there's definitely some losses, small losses when you lose in the progression. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys think about this progression and if you would modify this one as well. Okay, we won there. Now we're at $5. We're up 45. He says he cashes out after 100, after he's up 100. But I think this progression can still be altered because I just received this from him and I'm trying it, but it's not all adding up at this moment. But we are winning and we haven't got close to losing, which is the purpose of what he was trying to do. Okay, now we're on to $10 bets, second 12. Okay, $10 again, first 12. And the last $10 bet on the third 12. Okay, and we got it. So as you can see, we lost $5 with that progression. So there's definitely some work to be done on this, but that is making it safer by having small losses in there. It's just taking longer for us to get to $100. But maybe the way he plays is that he waits for that string before he cashes out, because then you wouldn't be dealing with those small losses. you would just be taking small losses along the way, so that you make sure that you don't run out of your startup fund, or that you don't run out of money. So now we're at 45. We're on the third 12 still. Okay. We won there, and as you can see, we've actually have had 4 in a row now in the third 12. That's kind of what we were waiting for. So let's see if we can get a string in the third 12. And we finally had a loss there. So now we're on our second $5 bet, first 12. We're up $50. Okay, now we're up $60. Alright, we got another one. Now we're up $70. We're staying on that first 12, following the winner there. Okay, there's a loss. So we're on to our second $5 bet on the third 12. Let's just see how long it takes us to get to that $100 profit. Okay, so now we're on to $10 bets on the second 12. After 2 losses at $5. Okay, we got a win there. Now we're up $80. And we're staying on the second 12 that hit the last one. There's a loss. So now we go our second $5 bet on the first 12. Okay, now we're on to $10 bets after that loss, and we're in the third 12. And there we go. It wasn't letting me put my bet down for a minute there. Okay, it's time for the second $10 bet in the first 12. Okay, it's time for the third bet on $10 in the third 12. Okay, so now we're going to $15 in the first 12. And this is the farthest we've got along in the progression so far. Again, we haven't got anywhere near busting yet, but we lost that one at 15. Now we're going to 25, and we're in the third 12. Okay, now after 25, we go to $40, and we're in the second 12. So this is definitely the longest we've gone in the progression so far. And I think we finally got a win there, and we did. Okay, and that we didn't lose much there. So it's early on in the progression somewhere. I'll have to check that out. I just started this video right after he sent it to me. So I'm trying to figure out where in the progression there's losses coming. But really, it's been pretty safe, and we're getting close to that $100 goal. So now we're into the second 12. And I'm looking forward to your guys' comments about this progression and how you would adjust it. And okay, now we're on the first 12 with the second $5 bet. Okay, now we're on to $10 bets. And we're on the second 12. And that might be how he plays, that it's okay taking small losses early in the progression if it keeps it safer for him. So right now There's another $10 bet on the third 12 before we go to 15. And actually we have one more 10, so we'll go right there. Okay, now it's time to go to the third 12 with the $15 bet. Another loss. So we're in the first 12 now, and after the 25, now we're at 40. Another loss. The next progression would be 60, and we're in the second 12. Lost again. So we're going pretty far along in the progression now. We're on the first 12 for $90. And I'm sure this is why safety is his #1 goal. Because when you're playing roulette, safety should be the #1 goal. And the next one, we're at $140 bet now on the third 12. We still have 3 more chances after this. Oh, I went too far. There we go. And we finally hit it. Let's see what that did to our total. And actually that got us over $100 for our profit. So that actually got us to where he wanted us to get to. So it actually did work, and we would have had a $225 bet, a $350 bet, and a $530 bet after that one. But to recap, the original method by Jim P was so that you could have 14 chances, and then with this modification we added 2 more chances at the beginning. But now that I'm looking at his notes, here's another one for you to try. Jim P actually put in his comments that if you can find a $5 table and start with $5, that you could actually just start with 5 and then do 5 bets at $5 before you went forward in the progression. So you can try that one as well. But if you did that, you'd go 5 times at $5, and then you would go to 10, 15, 25, 40, 60, 90, 140, 225, 350, 530, and then you can go as high as 800 if you would like, just depending on what your bankroll is. If you stop at 530, then you need about $1,000 startup fund. If you go to 800, you're going to need more than that. So 530 is probably about as high as you want to go on that, depending on the person and how much they want to bet. But anyway, I hope you like this modification. Please let me know after you test it out what you think about it down in the comments, because obviously the goal of this video was to increase safety. It took longer to get the $100 profit than it would normally, but if you can make $100 safely in 20 minutes, that's not so bad. So looking forward to hearing what you guys think about this one. And again, please leave it down in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner and ring that bell for notifications, because I have new content releasing every single day.